Hello again. So for the record, my name is Joydeep Shah. I'm a student at the BSc CS online degree program. My roll number bits ID is 2022 EBC 321, and this is my voice recording or video explanation of the code I'm submitting for the part 2 or question 2 of the SG2 of the client server side programming course. Right. So this is my explanation for the video actually for the server-side implementation of the distributed banking system using the gRPC in Python. I've tried to keep the code simple but real, and I'll also explain why I made certain choices along the way I'm explaining the code, especially keeping in mind like error handling and communicating between the services. Error handling, like I use try and accept functions and not, right? So before I show the actual code, I just wanted to mention that I'm using the Python with gRPC and protocol buffers because apart from my course, I'm studying the this book and computer networking. It's by James F. Koros, and in this book, all the server-side communication and everything was taught in Python. So I'm deeply following this book, and that's why I wrote the code in Python only. Uh, After I've already generated the Python file and using the .proto file that I explained in the question 1 video explanation, which generated two files, banking underscore pb2.python and banking underscore pb2.grpc.python, and by running the command python -m grpc underscore tools dot proto c -i python dot underscore out equals to dot and dash dash grpc underscore python dot I have to check underscore out equals to dot space banking dot proto. So it's a very long and complicated command. I might have also needed to check that using the VS Code. This command basically compiles the .proto file that I explained earlier into Python classes we can use to define these services. I've also made sure that I installed grpcio and grpcio tools using the pip. So I have a MacBook operating system. So I opened my command prompt and typed the command to install the grpcio tools. I already had installed the pip in my computer, so I didn't need to manually install it, and Python was already installed because I was doing UDP socket programming earlier. So Python and everything was already installed in my computer, so I just simply use the pip command and install the grpcio. So after that, to explain the high level architecture, I have two main services: account service servicer, which handles the user's balance, like checking and updating it, and the second is the transaction service servicer, which handles money transfer and transaction history. Like if I'm sending money from my account to any other person or any other merchant to purchase any product, transactions and transfers like that, and the transaction history like that. Now walkthrough of the server code would be, let me show the server code. Now I'll explain it by part, right? So here's what's happening. I've created dictionaries to hold users balance and their transaction history just to simulate a database. For account services, the methods are pretty self-explanatory. One checks the balance, the other updates it. I've added error handling to return a proper gRPC search status codes if something goes wrong, just in case, right? Like if while fetching the error, the server encounters a technical issue, it can say that the technical error, something like that. So there is an error handling method there, just in case there is an error with internet connectivity or any other thing. And for the transaction servicer, the logic first checks if the user exists, whether the sender has enough funds, then it updates the balance and records the transaction. So just for an hypothetical example, I have like 24 rupees and 34 paisa in my account. So if I go and try to make a purchase of 95 rupees to buy any product, the payment would decline because I have insufficient funds, and it would update the and if hypothetically if I do a transaction of 20 rupees, the payment would succeed, and then it would update the current balance after making the transaction. So 24.33 minus 20 rupees is 4.33, right? And it will record the transaction, the timestamp and everything like that. So it will keep the transaction value, and after I make the transaction, it will update the balance, right? After that, to test the server, once this code was saved in the server.python, I have to run it normally with Python server.py, right? So I made sure that the compiled proto files are in same folder, all were in same folder in my downloads folder, and I saw the server starting on port 50051. This means that the gRPC server is ready, right? So that is pretty much it. That's for the server side. The code is clean, error resilient, and beginner friendly. I hope this makes it clear how the gRPC server is actually working under this hood. I have explained everything I believe for the code. I have also attached the code. It should cover all the aspects asked in the assignment for the part 2. Thank you.